So what kind of questions we can have? I'm not going to answer one of each questions right here today. Let's think about this, or during this semester, we have a chance to think about these questions one by one later. So first one, that is relating questions you guys generally have. Should college education to be free? College education is expensive, relatively in US, more expensive than Korea, but still the rate of college education is higher in Korea relative to US. So more students in going to the college, more portion, a higher portion of high school students going to the college in Korea. But even though the college tuition is higher in US, especially in private schools, but still, there is a lot of benefit out of college education than government support more. Can we make college education more affordable? Is the question, even in free. So under this question, we need to think about this. What is the benefit out of this college education to our society? And what is the cost of this college education to our society? So that is a simple answer, right? Simple analysis. Answer is not simple, but simple analysis. So benefit out of cost. So benefit is bigger than cost. Yeah, we can make a little bit more affordable. If the cost is higher than benefit, then make price adjusted. Economics itself, or economist mindset, is dealing with market, solving the problems. We will learn about this logic one by one as chapter goes by. Second question, would universal healthcare make us healthier? Well, COVID-19 give us a lot of chance to think about, opportunity to think about this health issue, right? Healthcare, health insurance topic. So recently we changed a lot in political, decision-making process in Korea too. Would universal healthcare make us healthier? Well, universal healthcare means that, every single citizen have health insurance. Simply speaking. Well, in Korea cases, we cannot imagine that without, universal healthcare. Generally, health insurance in Korea is universal, right? Every single person have health insurance. But in US cases, it is a private-based healthcare system. Somebody who need healthcare buy health insurance by themselves. So market, private. That's US way. In Korea, universal healthcare. There's a lot of political changes in US too. Certain governments try to change more affordable universal healthcare systems relative to the other government. But that can be the another thing we need to think about as benefit and solutions, benefit and cost. Universal healthcare, if we have it, what is the benefit in our society or in our country? Or what is the cost out of it? So, it is really depending on what type of benefit. Benefit is not easy to calculate, right? Even though, in economics in general, we have issue. Even though we believe that universal healthcare is better, but if you don't have universal healthcare, we cannot experiment it with total or as a whole as a country. Let's change to the universal healthcare and think about what is the benefit out of it, calculate it, and if it is not good, move back. Under that experiment, the cost of money is huge. So one state to the another state, one condition to the another condition, changing out of it, we experimented, is not possible in general cases. So yeah, we can think of it and we can analyze it as a model, but in general, in reality, it is not easy to experiment it. So yeah, we can think of these questions, right? Would universal healthcare make us healthier? Yeah, health perspective, right? COVID-19, everybody can get the free test, COVID test, then lots of people go out and getting tested. But if it costs a lot, even that's $50, right? In 50,000 in Korean won, nobody want to take it. Yeah, that value itself, for some people it is not that high. For some people it is very high. So the amount of test is reducing by it. So universal healthcare make us healthier. Yeah, on average, everybody is very accessible, affordable to the healthcare system. Then we can get medical attention all the time, and we can make, generally, on average, healthier in that perspective. But the cost out of it, should we do that, is another questions out of this question. Let me move on. Who benefits from the minimum wage? Who suffers? Well, this one also minimum wage debate, right? Discussion. You will learn about this in general, journalism. Reading an article from the newspaper, magazine, you can learn about it. And we will think about this sooner or later. Minimum wage issue. Probably you already know about all those things, but how we can explain it with simple model. That's what you're going to do. Model is another thing I will introduce to you guys sooner or later. To the next, why is the rent so damn high? Rent prices are going up high. Yeah, recently the president change is mainly coming out from the real estate price. The policy from the government was not successful. Someone interpreted that's the main reason to change it to the new president or changing over to the other party, right? So under the sense, yeah, rent prices are very important in daily lives, especially small country size in Korea. The rent price is very sensitive to general citizens. And daily life, we keep thinking about it. Why the rent so damn high? Or we can change it to the question like this. Why is the gas price so damn high? Why is the gas price is getting higher and higher? Well, first answer, simple answer. If you know that, inflation. General price level of all the goods and services increasing as time goes by. That's a general phenomenon. But how and why, relative to the other price, rent is increasing more, or gas prices going up so high? And why inflation is happening right now? This inflation, who will suffer? Is the low-income family more suffer than high-income family? Yeah, those kind of analysis will be, discussed during this semester. And yeah, sooner or later we will think about this. But we will learn simple one model, have very powerful tools to analyze all these questions more easily and more simple way. So that's the power of economics, or that's the power of economic model. Next question, what can governments do to address climate change? Yeah, there is a lot of solutions to dealing with the climate change. Some government or some presidents don't believe that global warming, or some people seriously dealing with it and how we can do it. Is the only thing we can do it, or our country do a lot of things for this, is helpful to change whole global on earth changes of climate. Is that possible? Our individual or our community, small group of people move forward about this issue, can deal with this issue. That is another question, but what can government do with this? Depending on political decision-making process is in the middle of these changes. Yeah, there is a lot of thing, again, but climate change is another really important issue in general, our life or community or government perspective. So we think about this. Next, do cigarette taxes make smokers happier? Well, no. Who does happy about taxing on their own consumption goods? Number one, taxes imposed, the price of that product will go up. So we need to pay more to get it. Enjoy something is more money you need to pay. Then is that happier? Well, there's a lot of other side of it, like side effect, right? Non-smokers and second smokers will hurt about it, but that is not first priority of smokers' perspective. So tax on the smokers will not be happy, furious, or angry about those tax. But how that tax can be dealt with in general community, then other people can be happy about that. Well, tax issues. It's another topic we can discuss during this semester too. How does the great inflation affect labor market outcomes? So maybe most of you guys are freshmen in college right now, so ever heard about this, but still has this, right? As time goes by, college grade is getting higher and higher. So it is called college grade inflation. So everybody's grade, on average grade, is increasing as time goes by. So it is grade inflation is happening. And what this grade inflation affected to labor market, which is when you graduate, everybody is around 3.5 or above. Then you are 3.8. How can you differentiate with them, and how labor market or employer think about 3.8 or 4.0? So those things we can think of great inflation impact on the labor market. So all these questions, sometimes you're just looking at it. It is not directly relating to consumption, production, or distribution issues, but in a way, it is relating to the economics, and it can be dealt with economic model. So we use the economic theory or model to pin down or analyze each one of the issue during this semester, and we will go over it and can think about, what it can make a better decision out of this, each one of the questions. So kind of very difficult, it looks like, but as you learn one by one, then you will figure out that, this is not that difficult question to deal with, as you learn how to think. Now, let's think about this question a little bit more, not that practical, because it is a huge issue in US, but it is not even considering in Korea until now. It's 2019. Yeah, cannabis. Should the federal government legalize cannabis? Cannabis, in other words, marijuana. Marijuana is, yeah, in US, college students refer the smoking means smoking cannabis or marijuana instead of cigarette. So yeah, that's common. Usually they smoke a lot. Yeah, smoke a lot of cannabis. And even though it is illegal, they do. It's been a while. I moved to the US 2004. It was still popular in college campus, even in general public. But it is illegal. So we define, in Korea, we define as, drug and heavily penalized with cannabis or marijuana consumption. But nowadays, US, as you can see the map, some state in US is illegal, some state totally legal, some state is only legal for medical uses. Medical uses, somebody who have in pain, pain reliever, like a Tylenol, Advil, painkiller perspective, they smoke. Or there is a lot of cannabis product nowadays. Cannabis product doesn't have any issue with it, so it is common to use every state, but it is issue with the smoking cannabis or marijuana in the state. So individual state have a different idea about it, but it was a huge issue, and it is moving to the direction to the legalize. The illegal cannabis problem is, even though it is illegal, it is transacted inside of illegal state. Then what can be the problem out of that? So illegal transaction always dealing with black market or gangsters or some people who making a lot of money out of it because it is illegal. Once you capture, you penalize. So, and also in other cases, in other perspective, we think of GDP. Black market cannot be captured by the GDP, right? So that illegal transaction is not calculated or aggregate as GDP. So clear transaction, make illegal activities, economic activity to the legal activity. By doing so, we can see more transparent transaction. So the risk is going down. If the marijuana consumption affect lots of side effect and a bad thing happens in community, then why not we legalize it? So it was a huge issue in US, and it was moving forward to the legalization during several years. So that's huge issue. So I brought up this idea when I teach US college student about these issues. And then marijuana is okay. Even though Korea believed that marijuana is a drug, US say that, this is not the drug. Everybody can enjoy this. How about the alcohol? How about the cigarette? What is the difference from that? Cigarette also have a bad effect to the smokers and second smokers. Marijuana doesn't have that much addiction relative to the cigarette. Then what's the problem? Very casual usage is not that fatal to the human body. Is the kind of idea of approved to the legalization of marijuana. Then we can think of a little more forward, like what about meth? Methamphetamine is the meth, right? METH is methamphetamine. In Korea cases, pillowphone, right? That is drug. High level of drug. Marijuana or cannabis is legalized, then how about methamphetamines? Is another question we can ask. But the side effect and all those byproduct out of it is very dangerous in human body relative to cannabis. So I don't think it can be legalized, but still, black market gangster working on this like a drug market. So how can deal with it? Next, we can move on to the math. And bigger question: what are the relative trade-offs of legalization? I commented a little bit about this, right? Legalize cannabis. Yeah, we can remove the risk of running the black markets and gangsters. And now, by legalization, we can reduce those kind of risk. But some people have, side effect of by usage or overuses, and some group of people are addicted and then making their lives miserable. Then how we can deal with it as a community or country. So those side effects or trade-offs, you have a benefit, you have a lot of other things to deal with. So those things that we need to always think about as economic perspective. Trade-offs relationship. We can get always moving this direction give you some benefit out of it. Then always there is a cost out of it. One direction of move or one direction of force, making another side of force, or objections and discussions or debate is necessary to deal with this. So these questions is as a social science, as a community, or as a government, we need to deal with. So under this, during the several years of U.S. dealing with this issue very seriously and moving forward to the legalization so far. So this question, even though instantly you're looking at it, legalize marijuana, is that relating to economics? Sure. Black market, supply and demand, legalization by doing so, GDP impacted, risk of crime, right? Gangster crime, gangster sins, those things involving, and a government policy involving. And government means bigger society, community. As a member of it, what can we get out of it? So we need to think about it, and we need to make a better decision out of this.